everyone. As you may recall, we are doing a series of videos on different loan products that you can use when buying a home. This is our video on VA loans and some of the eligibility requirements for these loans, as well as some of the pros and cons for obtaining this type of loan.
Yeah, and if you haven't watched our overview video yet, you might want to stop real quick, go over and watch that one. I have a link in the description down below for you. So go watch that one, get the overview of all the different loan types, and then maybe this one will be the right one for you. Part of the reason we're doing this video is we came across a statistic recently that showed that 17% of veterans and 45% of active duty servicemen and women thought that they had to have at least 20% down on a home loan. Well, you're going to find out here real soon that that's not true.
Yeah, the VA loan came about in 1944 through the GI Bill. The Veterans Administration guarantees these loans, which basically allows you to put 0% down, zero money down, because the VA is guaranteeing that loan on behalf of the borrower, and that allows the lender to trust that it will be repaid if there's a default.
Another unique feature of VA loans is that there isn't a loan limit like you have on some of the other loan products that are out there. So you still have to apply for the loan and have to qualify for that loan, but and some banks may have their own loan limits, but those are usually quite high, and it affords a veteran or an active service person the ability to get into some fairly good properties.
Yeah, and while the VA guarantees the loan, they don't actually originate the loans. So if you're applying for a VA loan, you are still applying through your bank or your credit union or any of the organizations that you would normally be applying for a home loan through. The VA is just there to guarantee it.
And if you've watched some of our other videos, you've learned that if you don't have at least 20% down on a down payment on a mortgage for a new home, that you have to have mortgage insurance, which is an additional monthly cost added on to your monthly payments. Well, since these loans are guaranteed by the VA, there is no mortgage insurance on these. So that's a cost-saving item for our veterans and active service duty people.
Yeah, and in addition, this is a product that you probably want to shop around on lenders with, because some lenders are very generous when it comes to working with military members and veterans, and will actually waive a lot of the fees that they can, like the origination fee or the appraisal fee. And so you can end up saving hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars, depending on the amount that the loan is, by shopping around. So when you're looking into VA loan products, you want to make sure you're comparing not just the interest rate that you are getting from company to company, but also what are your closing costs going to be.
Very good point. And one other final feature about the VA loan is the VA does not require a minimum credit score like most of the other loan products that we've talked about today. Now, however, your lender may, so you still want to make sure you have your credit in order before you go to apply, or talk to your lender and see what kind of credit repair you might need to do in order to qualify for a loan through their particular institution. To be eligible, you must be an active duty service member who has served at least 90 continuous days, a veteran who has served for 24 continuous months, or were called to active duty for at least 90 days. A veteran who has had a service-connected disability, or a selected reserve or National Guard member who did 6 years in this role, they all qualify for this loan. Additionally, unremarried surviving spouses may be eligible as well.
As you may have noticed, eligibility for VA loans is a little bit complicated, and so we've included a link in the description to help you figure out if you might be eligible for this loan.
And like many of the other loan products that we've talked about that are government-backed, it's meant for your primary residence and primary residence only. So you can't use these as investment properties. However, up to a fourplex, multi-family units can be purchased through the VA loan, so long as you live in one of those units.
Yeah, so your eligible property types are single-family homes, townhouses, like we said, multi-unit properties up to 4, as long as you're living in one of them, and manufactured homes and the lot that they are affixed to. Some condos may be eligible, but that's going to depend on the condo complex. The VA maintains a list of which properties are eligible to have the VA loan, and so you'll want to look into this early in the process if you are thinking about getting a VA loan. And in addition to qualifying as the human buyer, the property that you are looking to purchase also has to qualify. This is determined through the appraisal that the lender will order. The VA assigns certain appraisers that can conduct these types of evaluations. The home must meet minimum property requirements, or MPRs. This means that the property must be safe, structurally sound, and sanitary. The appraiser is required to recommend repairs for any conditions that appear to not meet the MPRs. This does not negate the need for the property to also appraise at or above contract price. This is just an additional part of the appraisal process for VA loans.
One of the biggest pros of the VA loan is its low out-of-pocket costs that are associated with this loan. In addition to low closing costs, interest rates are often very competitive with this product. Also, the federal government caps the fees that lenders can charge on VA loans. So compared to other lending products, this might be one of the lowest cost ones out there.
In addition to all the things that Scott mentioned, with the VA loan, the seller can also pay towards closing costs, discount points to buy down the rate, or any other seller concessions up to 4% of the loan amount. On top of this, you can also use gift funds from friends or family to help buy down the funding or pay for the funding fee. And so all in all, you can get a lot of contributions towards your closing costs.
One of the cons of this program is the VA funding fee, charged by the Veterans Administration to help keep the program going. The amount of the fee depends on the number of times you've utilized the benefit and the amount of your down payment. Increasing your down payment from that zero amount that we talked about before to 5 or 10% will reduce, but not eliminate, the funding fee. In addition, if you have at least 10% disability, the funding fee is waived.
So one final program that we want to talk about related to the VA loan is the Military on the Move program. And this is actually an agent-based program rather than a lender program. And it is something that certain agents have taken the training and opted into participating in. And that is something that Scott and I do. And it's going to vary a little bit from state to state, but the gist of the program is that we contribute part of our commission on clients using VA loans to help cover some of the closing costs. So when we're talking about lenders who are generous with waiving fees for closing costs, and then you add this additional rebate on top of all of that, we've had several buyers who have had virtually nothing come out of pocket by the time we got to the end and they settled, because Military on the Move helped cover so much of that. So it's a great program to help, especially first-time buyers who are in the military get into their first home.
Yeah, and with the Air Force Base here in the Tucson area, we work with the military quite a bit, and we're very happy to make this small contribution to their home buying process. So it's something that we enjoy as a program, and we're very happy that our broker takes part in that as well.
Yeah.
In addition, whether you're in the military or not, if you're looking for a home, whether in the Tucson area or outside the Tucson area, we'd love to help work with you. If you're in the Tucson area and you want to work with us, that is awesome. Our contact information is down below. And if you live in a different part of the country, we have a network of agents clear across the country, and we can match you up with one in your area to help you find the right home or sell your home if that's what you're in the business of doing at this given time. And in addition, check out the links below. We might even have a couple surprises in there, like a little flyer on home loans and a home buying guide. So stay tuned for future videos. We really appreciate you being with us.